What's up, guys? I'm going to cover AGIX real quick. So this is a pretty big AI play that is out right now. What I'm looking at is on the weekly here, we actually have a weekly breaker currently that we did find support above over here before we had a massive move up that you can see. And it is the highest last candle up before back down, and then it's an old order block that did not get respected, so you got above it, you got above the midpoint, and you found support there. We also bounced over here from it. Well, if you want to call that a bounce, slightly, maybe a few percent, but right now what I'm looking at on this is on the smaller time frames. We do have a fair value gap up here on the daily around 2080. So couple ways I'm looking to play this is if we do come back down and we start respecting this as resistance, that's going to be a short trigger. As long as we can not get above the 50 and we reject it, that's going to be a short trigger. But if we do come back down where we're at now, kind of retesting a diagonal breakout, if we chop around here a little bit, we find support here, we could look for this move up into this daily fair value gap over here and Gartley harmonic, and from here maybe we nuke it down where it looks something like this. So we're starting to get into an area that's interests me for longs. If we do come down here, this is actually right around your 886. It's a perfect 886 for this Gartley pattern here. So I think if that's the case, you might start looking for longs here with a clear invalidation for a move up, about a 28-25% move up here, and then that's a very easy invalidation for your risk to reward versus, if same thing, if this comes here, you can go ahead and place a stop loss. Maybe you look for a fair value gap or order block or something, you can place stop loss above, and then that's when you're going to look for a larger move down to fill some of this wick here. And it's literally just a free-for-all once we start turning that into resistance down here. This thing could literally nuke a lot really fast. So AGIX is definitely coming into an area to watch out for, because it can provide some good RR on some trades here if you're on the right side of it. So keep your eyes on this one. Let's check the divergences real quick. On the daily, yeah, slight divergence. Let's see here on the 4 hour. On the 4 hour, you're actually forming bullish divergence. You got a lower low on price. Yeah, you got a nice divergence here forming on the 4 hour, so this thing could start getting ready for a nice little move up if it does hold above the 50% of this weekly breaker here. So keep your eyes on this. This could be a good trade. If I were to take it, ideally I'd want to get close to that as I can. My stop would probably be down below this low, because that would, if it goes below that, you'd invalidate the Gartley. So I'd be looking for a nice 9R, and even if you entered here, you could be looking for a nice 3.6R. Obviously, you take on a little more risk, 6% down. So what you would do typically, or what I would do, is go ahead and reduce the position size because you have a higher percent stop loss. So you have more room for error, and you're just taking on the same amount of risk at the same time. So that's something to watch for AGIX here, because we are coming into an important area. So if you were to get in now, it's around 0.167, and if you got down at the mid of the breaker, it's around 0.016164. Going to add one more thing into this because I completely forgot, so I'm just adding another clip, by the way. Right here, this area is going to be your short. This is where I'm looking to short at the fair value gap at the Gartley. I am looking to take a short down here that could potentially be back down to this breaker, or even lower, man, from here. And what I'm eyeing is entering at this fair value gap, and then you also have your 1618 extension of your harmonic here. So this thing could extend up to even this area. So I'll be looking around 2.2 to 2.1, and to get a short position on this to try to bring it back down. So in this range up here, maybe you get a wick up there, but you have your order block here as well. So that is where I would be looking to get short, typically in the fair value gap. And if we do get some wick, maybe save some DCA in this area and see if this order block holds here. and then that's where I want to see this thing reject, and you get a potentially really nice move down. Even if you're from here and you get back down to this area, it's around 10-17%, or even more. So just wanted to add that. Thanks, guys.